We've all stood at the precipice of a dream, haven't we? That moment where the aspiration glimmers brightly in our mind's eye, a vivid tapestry of success, accomplishment, or profound change. But then, almost as if an invisible wall materializes, doubt creeps in, a whisper of inadequacy, a torrent of what-ifs, a chilling certainty that we are not enough, that we lack the innate talent, the relentless drive, or the sheer luck that seems to propel others forward. This isn't just a fleeting thought. For many, it's a persistent, gnawing sensation that metastasizes into a crippling self-belief deficit. Why is it that some individuals, armed with fewer resources or facing greater odds, seem to effortlessly manifest their desires, while others, seemingly gifted, remain perpetually trapped in a cycle of almost there, never quite? This struggle with self-worth, this internal battle against the shadows of self-doubt, is a universal human experience. It transcends culture, socioeconomic status, and even objective capability. It's a silent epidemic that keeps brilliant ideas locked away, potential unfulfilled, and dreams relegated to the dusty shelves of someday. We ask ourselves, is there a secret, a hidden lever, a forgotten key to unlocking the boundless potential we instinctively feel lies dormant within us? It was precisely this profound, aching question that obsessed a man named Joseph Murphy. He wasn't content with superficial answers or fleeting motivational platitudes. He embarked on a lifelong quest, delving into ancient wisdom, psychological principles, and spiritual truths, driven by an unshakable conviction that the answer existed, waiting to be unearthed. He dedicated his life to understanding why some succeed and others falter, not just in their external endeavors, but in their very internal landscape of belief. And what he uncovered, what he meticulously documented and shared with the world, forms the bedrock of revelation so potent, so transformative, that it has the power to shatter those invisible walls of self-doubt and illuminate the path to achieving anything you truly desire. Join me as we embark on a journey through profound insights, a journey that promises to fundamentally alter your understanding of yourself and the incredible power you possess. Before Joseph Murphy illuminated the path to boundless self-belief, the prevailing landscape of personal achievement was often viewed through a lens of external factors and sheer, brute force effort. For many, success was a lottery win, a birthright, or the exclusive domain of a select, genetically superior few. Consider the countless individuals who, despite possessing innate intelligence and a strong work ethic, found themselves consistently falling short of their aspirations. They might meticulously plan, diligently execute, and yet, at the crucial moment, an inexplicable sabotage would occur. Perhaps an opportunity would slip through their fingers, a critical interview would go awry, or a self-imposed limitation would manifest as an insurmountable obstacle. Murphy observed this pattern not just in others, but in the collective human experience of his time. He saw a world where people were taught to strive, to compete, to intellectually strategize, but rarely, if ever, to look inward for the true source of their power or their limitations. He recognized that traditional approaches often neglected the most powerful engine within us, the subconscious mind. Imagine a young aspiring writer, brimming with creative ideas and a burning desire to craft a novel. She dedicates countless hours to her manuscript, refining every sentence, developing intricate characters. Yet, every time she sits down to submit her work to a publisher, a wave of debilitating fear washes over her. Who am I to think I can be a published author? My writing isn't good enough. These thoughts, insidious and persistent, would cause her to procrastinate, to find excuses, or even to intentionally sabotage her own efforts, perhaps by missing a deadline or convincing herself the manuscript wasn't truly ready. She consciously desired success, but her subconscious held a deeply ingrained program of unworthiness and fear of rejection. This internal conflict, this chasm between conscious desire and subconscious belief, was a very struggle Murphy sought to understand and resolve. He wasn't interested in superficial remedies. He wanted to excavate the root cause of these self-imposed limitations, to understand the operating system of the human mind that either propels us towards our dreams or shackles us to mediocrity. His early life was marked by a similar quest for understanding, witnessing individuals who seemed perpetually unlucky or chronically ill, despite their conscious efforts to improve their circumstances. He saw brilliant minds crippled by anxiety, talented artists suffering from poverty, and kind-hearted individuals trapped in cycles of misfortune. This pervasive discrepancy between effort and outcome, between conscious intention and lived reality, fueled his relentless pursuit of a deeper truth. He understood that without addressing the inner world, any external effort, no matter how Herculean, would be akin to rowing a boat with a hole in it. Progress would be temporary, and ultimate arrival at the desired destination would remain elusive. Murphy's relentless quest eventually led him to a profound realization, a first breakthrough that would become a cornerstone of his philosophy: the immense, often unrecognized power of the subconscious mind. He didn't just intellectually grasp this concept. He experienced its transformative potential firsthand and observed it in countless individuals. The core principle is simple yet revolutionary. What you habitually think and feel, especially what you impress upon your subconscious mind, eventually manifests in your reality. It wasn't about magic or wishful thinking, but about the inherent mechanism of the mind. He likened the conscious mind to the captain of a ship, giving orders, making decisions, while the subconscious mind was a crew, diligently carrying out those orders without question or judgment. If the captain habitually sends signals of doubt, fear, and limitation, the crew will work tirelessly to bring those very conditions into existence. Murphy observed this dynamic in a woman who came to him seeking relief from chronic financial stress. Despite her consistent efforts to budget, save, and seek better employment, she remained trapped in a cycle of scarcity. She would tell him consciously, "I want to be financially secure," but her internal monologue, her deeply ingrained subconscious program, was filled with phrases like, "Money is hard to come by," "I'm always struggling," and "I'll never get ahead." Murphy guided her to understand that her conscious desire was being overridden by her subconscious expectation. He taught her a simple yet powerful technique: every night before sleep and every morning upon waking, to mentally impress upon her subconscious the clear, affirmative statement: "I am growing richer day by day. Money comes to me in avalanches of abundance. I am always prospering." He instructed her to feel the feeling of abundance, to visualize her life free from financial worry, rather than just mechanically repeating words. Within weeks, she noticed subtle shifts. New opportunities arose almost serendipitously. She found ways to generate additional income that hadn't existed before, and her overall financial situation began to steadily improve. This wasn't because she suddenly became smarter or worked harder, but because her internal operating system, her subconscious blueprint, had been reprogrammed. The crew had received new, positive instructions, and the universe, in turn, began to align with those new expectations. Murphy emphasized that the subconscious doesn't discern between good or bad, positive or negative. It simply accepts whatever the conscious mind feeds it with conviction and repetition. If you consistently feed it with thoughts of sickness, it will work to create illness. If you feed it with thoughts of health and vitality, it will strive to manifest those conditions. This profound insight challenged the prevailing notion that we are passive recipients of fate. Instead, it revealed that we are active architects of our reality, constantly and often unknowingly, programming our own destinies through our dominant thoughts and beliefs. The woman's transformation wasn't an isolated incident. Murphy recounted numerous similar case studies of individuals who, by consciously and consistently directing their subconscious, overcame illness, found lost items, healed broken relationships, and achieved career breakthroughs, all by understanding and applying this fundamental principle of mental programming. It was the first crucial step towards understanding that the battle for self-belief and ultimately for external success is first won or lost within the chambers of our own minds. While the power of the subconscious was a monumental breakthrough, Murphy quickly realized that simply knowing this truth wasn't enough for everyone. There was a complication, a deeper layer that often prevented even well-intentioned individuals from effectively harnessing this power. He observed that many would attempt to consciously affirm positive thoughts, only to find themselves battling an internal resistance, a nagging voice of doubt that seemed to negate their efforts. This led him to his second profound discovery: the critical role of feeling and emotion in impressing ideas upon the subconscious. It wasn't just about the words you spoke or the images you conjured. It was about the conviction and the emotional resonance behind them. The subconscious mind, Murphy understood, responds most powerfully to feeling, not just logic. If you intellectually affirm, I am wealthy. But deep down you feel poor. Your subconscious will respond to the dominant feeling, not the hollow words. He witnessed a man struggling with debilitating social anxiety. This man desperately wanted to overcome his shyness and connect with others. He would consciously tell himself, I am confident, I am outgoing, but his heart would pound, his palms would sweat, and a wave of panic would sweep over him whenever he was in a social situation. His conscious mind was issuing positive commands, but his body and his deeper emotional state were sending conflicting signals of fear and inadequacy to his subconscious. Murphy explained that the subconscious is like fertile soil. Thoughts are seeds, but emotions are the water and nutrients that allow those seeds to grow. A seed of desire, planted without the emotional conviction that it can and will manifest, will wither. Conversely, a deeply felt emotion, even a negative one, will plant itself firmly and bear fruit. The man with social anxiety was, unknowingly, consistently feeding his subconscious with a feeling of fear and self-consciousness, despite his conscious desire for confidence. Murphy taught him to shift his focus from merely repeating affirmations to feeling the desired state. He instructed him to imagine himself in social situations, not just observing, but experiencing the feeling of ease, confidence, and genuine connection. He encouraged him to vividly recall past moments, however fleeting, where he did feel comfortable, and to amplify those feelings. When he would feel anxiety rising, instead of fighting it, he was to acknowledge it and then deliberately pivot to cultivating the feeling of peace and self-assurance. He would practice this emotional conditioning every day, not just as a mental exercise, but as a full sensory experience. Over time, the internal resistance began to dissipate. The man found himself naturally engaging in conversations, feeling a genuine sense of warmth and comfort in social settings. His subconscious, once programmed for fear, had been reprogrammed with a feeling of confidence, and consequently, his external reality began to reflect this inner shift. This deeper truth highlighted that superficial intellectual ascent is insufficient. True transformation comes from aligning our conscious desires with our emotional conviction, allowing the subconscious to fully embrace and then manifest the reality we passionately feel we deserve. The journey to the power of the subconscious and the pivotal role of feeling culminated in Joseph Murphy's grand synthesis, the unifying aha moment that tied all his observations and discoveries together into a singular, powerful truth. Your dominant feeling, imbued with clear imagination, is the prayer your subconscious answers. It wasn't about wishing or hoping. It was about the profound act of mental and emotional alignment. He understood that our conscious mind acts as a gatekeeper, selecting the thoughts and images we allow to dwell within our inner world. Our emotions then become the potent energy that give these thoughts life and momentum, imprinting them onto the vast, creative canvas of the subconscious. The aha was that the subconscious isn't a passive recipient. It's a creative powerhouse, constantly working to materialize whatever dominant program it receives, fueled by emotion. Therefore, the key to unlocking self-belief and achieving any desired outcome wasn't merely positive thinking, but positive feeling rooted in a clear, consistent mental image. This meant that the struggle of the aspiring writer wasn't just her words. It was her feeling of inadequacy. The financial struggle wasn't just about lack. It was a feeling of scarcity. The social anxiety wasn't just about thoughts of shyness. It was the overwhelming feeling of fear. The moment Murphy connected these dots, the entire landscape of self-improvement shifted from a battle against external circumstances to a mastery of internal states. He realized that when you consistently align your conscious desire with a vivid, emotionally charged mental image of its fulfillment, the subconscious has no choice but to accept it as an accomplished fact and begin to orchestrate its manifestation in your outer world. This wasn't passive dreaming. It was active, deliberate creation to the focused direction of your inner resources. The grand synthesis revealed that the universe isn't responding to your conscious requests as much as it's responding to the blueprint you've impressed upon your subconscious through the powerful combination of imagination and feeling. When you master this, when you learn to feel the reality of your desire as if it's already here, you move beyond merely believing in yourself to fully understanding that you are the creative force capable of shaping your own destiny. And so, we arrive at the profound realization that Joseph Murphy so meticulously laid bare for us. The power to transform your life, to cultivate unshakable self-belief, and to manifest your deepest desires lies not in some external force or lucky break, but within the incredible, untapped potential of your own subconscious mind. We've journeyed through the universal struggle with self-doubt, explored the critical mechanism of the subconscious, and understood the pivotal role that deeply felt emotion plays in shaping our reality. The blueprint is clear. Become the conscious director of your thoughts, and more importantly, the intentional cultivator of your feelings. Understand that your subconscious is perpetually listening, ready to bring into form whatever mental and emotional programs you consistently feed it. Stop passively reacting to circumstances and start proactively creating your inner world. Begin each day by consciously impressing upon your mind the feelings of success, confidence, and well-being you wish to experience. Before sleep, visualize your desired outcomes with vivid detail and infuse them with a potent emotion of gratitude and certainty, as if they have already materialized. This isn't just theory. It's a practical, actionable methodology for reprogramming your internal operating system. The knowledge is now yours, but true transformation, true self-mastery, begins with action. It demands consistent practice, unwavering belief in the process, and a commitment to nurturing the positive seeds within your mental garden. Don't let this profound understanding remain mere information. Let it ignite a fire within you, a conviction that you possess an infinite capacity for greatness. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the architect of your destiny. Now is the moment to step into that power, to take command of your inner world, and to manifest the extraordinary life you were truly meant to live. Subscribe, join our community, and commit to this journey of self-discovery and limitless potential. Your future self will thank you,